So, what does the kitchen of the future look like? Welcome back to another Techstination interview. I'm Fred Fishkin, and joining us is Anna Khomenko, Head of Marketing at CookingPal. Thanks for joining us, Anna.
Thank you for having me, Fred.
Well, let's start with a bit of background on the company. We first spoke, I think, to you during CES January last year when this was all in development. Tell us a little background.
Right. So the CookingPal project started 3 years back. And this is where, our talented team of designers, engineers, marketers, as well as software developers got together and thought of, that we need to start working on the future of cooking and try to figure out how that future of cooking is going to look like, right? So this passion for food was something that brought us together. And this is where our brilliant product called Multo by CookingPal, our Multo intelligent cooking system, came to life, let's say. It took us 3 years. It was first presented as a concept, let's say, last year at CES. And now finally, we're ready for commercial availability.
So this is coming to market. People can actually have in their kitchens within a couple of months, right?
Well, even within a couple of weeks, as a matter of fact. So as we speak, we have our first batch of Multo already in US right now in our California warehouse. Currently, we are running pre-order campaign where we are encouraging people to place pre-orders for Multo at a discounted price so that they could, be the first ones to experience how that future of cooking is going to look like. So we, as I mentioned, the product is already in US, and we expect to have it delivered to our first customers mid-June.
Terrific. So tell us what this can do.
So we call it Multo Intelligent Cooking System. And it is a system as it is comprised of 2 parts. So we have the Smart Kitchen Appliance, and we have the Smart Kitchen Hub. The Smart Kitchen Appliance is the main unit, right? As you can see here, it has the base as well as the bowl where all the where all the miracles happen when it comes to cooking the delicious meals. So the bowl is big enough to feed the whole family. It has 3.1 quart capacity. You can see that there is a blade inside the bowl. The blade has individual profiles, so you will be able to chop the food as well as gently stir the food. So this appliance combines over 10 different cooking functions. So you will be able to chop, boil, mix, steam, knead, grind, grate, all in one device, right? So when it comes to cooking, imagine, in many ways that we could say that it's like a food processor that cooks. So it processes your food, but then it has a heating element at the bottom of the bowl that can also cook the food, right? So you can add your onion, garlic, herbs inside the bowl. It's going to chop it all up. You're going to add a bit of oil inside, and it's going to saute it for you. And then you can proceed with all the rest of the recipe. But it's like a basic example of what it can do. It also has a built-in scale. So all of our recipes, we can say that they're sort of created for precision, right? So it's like this precise cooking. So where all the ingredients can be measured inside the bowl. So this is when it comes to the Smart Kitchen Appliance. Then the Smart Kitchen Hub is sort of this heart of the system, we can say. It is the way to control the appliance. And in many ways, it makes Multo unique because we believe this is the first kitchen appliance that has the the remote aspect of it, the control unit separated from the appliance itself. So you no longer need to be inside the kitchen to cook your favorite meals, and hence you can spend more time with your family doing the things you love. So the hub, as you can see here, it has cooking modes as well as guided recipes, right? So there are different ways to cook with Multo. So if we go to the guided recipes, you can see that the Multo comes with a collection of photo and video guided recipes. That makes it very easy to use this appliance and cook those delicious meals with minimum effort without even knowing how to cook. But aside from that, we also have all the different accessories that come together with Multo that allow to perform all these multiple cooking functions. If you like, I can show you how to use those accessories.
Sure. Describe for us what they can do and how they come into play here.
Okay, so we have, as I was mentioning to you, right, we have the mixing bowl. So we have a simmering basket that can be used to cook rice, pasta, potatoes, or you can boil your eggs. So it goes inside here. The spatula with the soft silicone, you use it to scrape the sides of the bowl without, damaging it. You can also use it to safely remove the simmering basket when it's hot, right after cooking. We also have a butterfly whisk that allows you to whip cream or whisk egg whites or sort of create creamy textures when you make sauces. And then, of course, we have a double level steamer that goes right on top of the mixing bowl. And then, you can have your, let's say, vegetables cooked in the shallow steaming tray and then proteins inside the deep steamer. So hence, you could be cooking your sauce inside the mixing bowl. You could be cooking your pasta inside the simmering basket. Chicken or meatballs, for example, we have a very nice recipe with meatballs. You would steam your meatballs in the deep steamer and steam asparagus on top of the meatballs. So within half an hour, 40 minutes, you would have your full meal ready, right? Where you have pasta with the sauce, meatballs, and a bit of vegetables. And all of that, you don't even need to know how to cook because all the recipes, our recipes are going to guide you step by step.
And does it control the actual cooking as well?
Yeah, so if we go inside one of our recipes, let's choose one of the mains. One of the go-to recipes, like this appliance is very well known for mushroom risotto, for example, because risotto would be one of those dishes that you need to constantly stir and stir and stir in order to achieve that perfect creamy texture. So the Multo is going to do all the stirring for you, right? So it's sort of this hands-off cooking. So then you can see once we select the recipe, you will be able to see all the ingredients that are required with all the measurements, the steps that are required for cooking. You can adjust the servings. And I'm not sure if you can see that, maybe it's too small, but when I adjust the servings, the numbers, the quantity of ingredients are also going to change. And then we start cooking. So as you can see, our recipes are video guided recipes, right? So we can scroll through the hub using like a touch screen or a jog dial. So I think one of the things I haven't mentioned is that the Smart Kitchen Hub, this tablet's been created for kitchen environment, right? So we often being asked, why do I need a hub? Why can't I use my phone or iPad? And this is when we say that you don't want your iPad or phone get dirty in the kitchen, right? Or for example, if you spill something or your hands are wet, then not necessarily touch screen is going to be as responsive. So then the jog dial is going to help you to navigate through the recipe. We also have so when we go back right to the recipe, we have all the presets that are required for cooking. There are 4 main settings that the appliance works with, which are temperature, speed, time, and rotation of the blade. So then all these presets are already sort of set up, but as a matter of fact, you can adjust them yourself and then just hit the start button and the appliance is going to start cooking. So you can see it already made some sound. And the LED ring here, it is interactive, so it's going to show you the process of how it cooks. right? So you're going to know exactly the amount of time that is still left in the given recipe. So yeah, this is the hub. We can also go through the different recipes that we have.
Well, tell me what some of the, I guess, most popular ones that you folks have tested there. You mentioned mushroom risotto. What are some of the other things that people can cook in sort of an automated way here?
Yeah, so as a matter of fact, we are very proud of our recipes. So as I mentioned, we have recipes in 9 different categories. And, we try to develop them with sort of global vision in mind. So we have all different types of cuisines, recipes of all different types of cuisines. So we have ramen that would represent Japanese cuisine. We have banh mi, this Vietnamese sandwich. We have mac and cheese recipe. We have meatballs. Risotto, I already mentioned, all kind of one pot recipes, or lobster bisque, for example. Lobster bisque is a recipe that I personally would not dare to try and cook. This would usually be the recipe that I would order in the restaurants and then be sort of happy. But then with this appliance, once again, you're able to cook restaurant quality dishes without having to order in, take away, and just experiment yourself and sort of broaden the horizon of all the different meals that you can have at home.
And I guess nothing is really foolproof, but tell us how it protects us from making mistakes.
So all the recipes that we created, they were tested over and over and over again. We have a culinary team in-house, but we also worked with recipe developers and chefs in US, so that they're all customized, according to the taste of the market where we launched the appliance. As I mentioned, all the recipes have the required amounts. And the amount, this can be a tricky thing, like the amount of ingredients that you need to put in, they're all measured in ounces. And there is as opposite to cups, for example, right? As that most of the US consumer is used to measuring. However, because we have a built-in scale, we need to sort of ensure that the amount of ingredients that comes in is as precise, so that we can guarantee the results, the outcome results of the dish. Hence, everything, you just add the ingredients, you measure them inside the bowl, and just follow the recipes step by step. However, having said that, we always say that there is a learning curve of knowing how the appliance works, right? I believe even when it comes to pressure cookers, there was also a learning curve when it's coming to that product, where everyone was a little bit afraid of the pressure cooker. When it releases the pressure, it makes all these sounds. But however, now it is the pressure cooker, you have it in every second household in US. So same with Multo. We do believe that it is a brilliant appliance. However, it is truly a new way of cooking. We're all used to cooking with a frying pan, with an oven, with a steamer, or other type of saucepans or other appliances in the kitchen. However, with this one, because it's all cooked in sort of this multiple levels, you have multiple levels of cooking. Of course, there is a bit of like a learning curve, and you need to adjust your habits, let's say cooking habits, right? And you need to understand, what does it mean to cook with the speed 5? What does it mean to cook with the temperature of 200 degrees, right? Because this is the level of precision that the machine has. That is very difficult to achieve, I believe, if you cook on the regular stove, for example.
So tell us about cleanup. How difficult is that?
Very good question. So going back to the hub, we went through the guided recipes. However, the appliance also have different cooking modes. And one of the preset modes is actually clean mode. So it is as simple as going into the clean mode, and you can see we have 2 modes there. One is called quick wash, If you would like to sort of rinse the appliance in between the steps, it's going to take up to 30 seconds. It's going to just quickly rinse off whatever you have on the walls of the bowl. And then we have a deep clean. So the deep clean mode, it will warm up the water. It will rotate, the blade will rotate in different directions, clockwise, counterclockwise, make sure that all the residue is sort of, let's say washed off. And then you just pour it out, pour water and soap that you've added earlier into the bowl. You pour it out, and and then you can also add the bowl and all the accessories into the dishwasher. And there you go. So the cleaning is, as easy as it can get. You pre-clean using the mode, and then you put it into the dishwasher.
And you'll be adding recipes, content to this as time goes on. I assume this is connected to the internet.
Yes. So we do encourage our users to create the account and connect to Wi-Fi, because as a matter of fact, a big aspect of this product is software updates, right? So our product is only going to be getting better and better with time, as we will be rolling out different new features and updates, as well as new recipes. So we are launching with 100 recipes on the hub, and we will be pushing 5 new recipes per week as we go.
I assume a lot of the people who are going to be interested in this are cooking enthusiasts, because they're going to be investing in this. So can they create their own and be creative here?
Yeah. So as I mentioned, aside from guided recipes, we have different cooking modes, and one of the modes, so the modes include the steam, saute. You can see the scale, for example, right? So we're adding ingredients. As if we're adding ingredients inside, you can see that the scale is moving. But also there is a mode called manual mode. Wait, hold on. This is keep warm. So in the manual mode, all the settings are adjustable. So you can see we're talking about the settings of time, speed, temperature, and rotation of the blade. So for example, I could be setting high temperature, right? 265 degrees. And then if I'm trying to adjust the speed is only going to go as high as 3. So it also would mean that there is a safety features built inside, the software, meaning that if you have a super hot content inside, the hub is not going to allow you to rotate, for the blade to rotate at a very high speed to avoid any type of anything to happen. But then if I go to lower temperature, I can then adjust the speed up to 10. So speed 10, you would use it when you want to crush ice, for example. So it is a very powerful device in that sense, right? So then in terms of time, you can adjust time up to hold on a second, because it's speed 10. Once again, the maximum is 10 minutes. But then if I go to speed 1, you can see that I can adjust the time as high as, hold on a second, as high as 99 minutes. So this allows also for slow cooking, right? 99 minutes and 59 seconds. This is the maximum time. But then, however, if your recipe requires longer time, you can then go ahead and start the time cycle once again. So what we're going back to your question, what we're saying is that this appliance is, with the guided recipes, it's perfect to know how the appliance works, right? To sort of understand the logic behind all of these settings. But then as you get yourself familiar with the appliance, you can go ahead and create the recipes of your own. And, nothing can stop you on the way.
What about desserts? What's your favorite dessert you can make with this?
I think we have one of the desserts we have is a raspberry rhubarb puree that is very nice, or rice pudding, or we have paleo chocolate cake. All of this is, possible in here.
Very nice. So tell us about you mentioned the availability. Tell us about the pricing, how this works.
So currently at pre-orders, you can order it at $799. However, once again, this is our launch special deal price. And then once we go into commercial availability, which is expected in July, the price will go up to $999.
Do you expect to go into stores with this as well, or just online?
Currently, we will be selling through our own platform, through our website, CookingPal.com. You will also then in July be able to find us on Amazon, as well as potential other offline retail partners that we're currently in talks with. Very
interesting. We'll see how this heats up, so to speak. Once again, the website is CookingPal.com. Anna Khomenko, thank you so much for taking the time with us.
Thank you, Fred.
Now this. It takes a lot of listening to build a better radio, and that's just what the folks at C. Crane have done. Bob Crane and his crew, nestled among the rivers and tallest trees in the world in Fortuna, California, have made a habit of listening to their customers. And that's just what they've done in building the CC Skywave SSB, the Swiss Army knife of portable radios. For everyday listening to AM or FM in the yard or patio or on the nightstand without having to drain a mobile phone battery, it's a great companion. But it is also a companion equipped for NOAA weather information and alerts that can be life-saving. You can listen to FEMA and Coast Guard transmissions too. Beyond all of that, you can tune into shortwave signals from around the world. It's compact, easy to take with you, and built to last. The CC Skywave SSB. Click on the link at Techstination.com.